Great way to start the morning off. Thank you, Orchestra and Faith. Let's stand together. And you may be seated, and I'll welcome Faith up to take over the next song. The orchestra has been here with us. It's been a year since we've had them here. Our 15-piece orchestra, and we're grateful to have you guys back. And thank you for blessing us with your music.
The Christian Fellowship.
The Christian Fellowship Orchestra is excited to be back here again to play for your church, and we truly hope you are blessed and encouraged by what you hear. This first song we're going to do for you is an arrangement of a hymn called Stand Up for Jesus. This song was written here in America during the Great Revival of 1856, and it was later called The Work of God in Philadelphia. Now, the message of the song is inspired by the dying words of one of the ministers who preached frequently during that revival time. And the song encourages the Christians to be strong in the Lord and to stand up for Jesus. In Ephesians 6:13, it says, "Put on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all, to stand." This next song we're going to play for you is an arrangement of the hymn called Victory in Jesus, which was originally written in 1939. This hymn speaks of the Christian's victory over sin and death. In 1 Corinthians 15:57, it says, "But thanks be to God, who gives us the victory through our Lord Jesus Christ." This song was written in 1917 by a Nazarene minister who lived right here in Southern California in the city of Pasadena. The song talks about the great vastness and all-encompassing love of God. In Romans 8:38 through 39, it says, "For I am persuaded that neither death nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers, neither things present, nor things to come, neither height nor depth, nor any other creation shall be able to separate us from the love of God."
Thank you very much for that. Good to see you up there, Gary. We need to get like a clip of this